Welcome to the Friday Morning Rant with Shane Halfyard. It is January 11th, 2019, and my second episode. Woo! Second episode! First of all, I want to thank those who did listen to the last week's episode. I think all 12 of you. A buddy of mine who listened to it told me that he thought he was already subscribed to this channel because he was subscribed to my other vlog. He realized later on that this is a second channel. So yes, my Facebook friends and vlog followers, if you're listening to this and you want to support this channel, you please subscribe to this one as well. I'd appreciate it. I'd really like to make this channel grow. Anywho, boop-a-doop-a-doo. I actually got a couple of emails asking me advice or comments. I'm not sure, so I'm going to bring them up. Forgive the fact that my reading out loud skills are a little bad. I'm sure I'll get better in time, but right now they're bad, partly due to my very poor eyesight. So let's see. Let's bring it up here, and let's see. Here are the two titles. I haven't read these yet, so yeah, there we go. First one is Miss Universe, okay, and the second one is Boob Job. Well, okay, that's a no-brainer. We're opening up the Boob Job first. All right, what do we got here? We got Dear Shine? Okay, Shyne. So I guess that's how they spell Shane. Okay, which is weird because my email has my correct spelling. Anyway, fuck it, let's go. All right. I heard your first podcast and thought you made some good points about how they portrayed women in the Miss Universe contest and how they are poor role models. Okay, thank you. I have a question that maybe as a man you can give me a male perspective. Oh, okay. I think so. I have been with my boyfriend. Ah, so this is a girl. Huh. You know, I never thought a lady would write me. But hey, thanks. Anyway, I have been with my boyfriend since we started high school. So about 8 years now. We have a great relationship, plenty of things in common, and a great sex life. Good for you. You're living the dream. Don't get married. The great sex life slowly dwindles then. So just my advice. Lately he has been talking about breast implants, saying how it might be a good idea for me to get them. I will admit I am only an A cup, but I feel that they were good enough for him beforehand. So why are they not good enough for him now? Good point. Good point. He says it will help build my self-esteem and that he would find me a lot sexier if I had them done. How do I tell him to stop that kind of talk, or should I tell him it's over? Thanks for taking the time to read this. And Jen, okay? Well, okay. First of all, I like how he went that route. How he said, "Oh, it'd be good for your self-esteem. It'll be wonderful for you. For you, not for me." But then he was honest and said, "You know, well, I'd like him too." First of all, let's talk about any kind of plastic surgery. There is a good reason to get plastic surgery and a bad reason to get plastic surgery. Okay. Bad reason is feeling pressure from a loved one who obviously should love you for who you are and what you look like and be happy with that. That's a bad reason. So already don't get that done for his sake. Now, a good reason for plastic surgery, i.e. breast implants, nose job, whatever, okay? The minor good reason, a little minor one, would be, say, to help your career. Say if you're a model, an actress, a porn star, and you want to get some augmentation done, because then as a woman you are, you're trying to fit a certain role in that lifestyle, in that life, right? So you want to have a certain look, you want to have a certain advantage. So yeah, I can see getting, certain plastic surgery done if you needed it or felt you needed it for that. The other reason is it can boost your self-esteem if you feel that down about yourself. Now, and that's the case, maybe you should try working on you in other ways, right? Like maybe you should try building your confidence up in other ways. A good way to build your confidence is to finish what you start. If you have a goal and you start it and you finish it, that will slowly build your confidence. Whether you're 100% successful or not, you will feel better about yourself. So work on you. And if that still doesn't help, then yes, maybe you want to go up a cup size, right? But I wouldn't recommend going anything higher than a B if you're an A. But you seem to be quite happy with your body, okay? So what you need to do, here's one thing you can do, okay? You should start leaving brochures around the house for like dick enlargement pills or like Viagra or penis pumps. Oh, there's a surgery out there that you can get now. You should leave brochures for that. Just gently place them where he's going to see them, like brochures or articles you find on the internet. And then sit them down and say, listen, I've been thinking about your dick, and maybe we could make that a little bit bigger. What do you say? Another inch or two? Want to knock that out there? You know what's sad though? He might go for it. He might go, well, yeah, okay. So you just never know. So don't do that. All right, no, seriously. What you do is you set him down and say, I feel that you telling me this is hurting my self-esteem. Okay. You're the one that's hard on my self-esteem right now. You're the one that's making my life a bit harder right now because you're making me feel bad about my body when I shouldn't be feeling bad about my body, right? Like if you're only an A cup, then you're probably a really slim, tiny girl. Like, because it's a fact. If you gain weight, you're going to gain weight everywhere. So I'm willing to bet you're fit. I'm willing to bet you are very attractive, and because you're young. I mean, the start of high school is 8 years ago. So yeah, you're early 20s. So, Jesus, early 20s. He's complaining about that. My God. So, no, you have to let him know. You don't have to be rude. Don't swear. Don't scream at him because that's just going to cause a problem. You just simply say what it is. You say, look, when you talk like that, it makes me feel that you don't love me for me and that you're not happy with me and you're the one hurting my self-esteem. You're the one dragging it down. So please leave me alone about breast implants. Excuse me, I had to get a drink there. And that's all you can do, And if he is still insistent on it, then yeah, maybe you should start looking at your options, okay? Because you may not be with the right guy. I mean, he's your first serious boyfriend, really. You think about it. I mean, I'm sure you had a couple boyfriends before him, but he's your first one. So don't let yourself be stuck to him if he's going to be talking to you like that. If you're at university or at the end of university, trust me, there's hundreds of men out there that are going to find you beautiful. So you talk to him, and if that don't work, then yeah, hit the bricks. Tell him to hit the bricks. Don't piss off. Say, piss off, fucking asshole. But I will respect the fact that he just came right out and did it. Like, he asked for it. Now, here's the thing, women. What you need to understand about men is, for most men, not all, but for most men, bigger is always better. You can get a girl with double D's and she says, do you think I should go a little bigger? The guy will be like, yeah! That's his first initial reaction. Okay? So, it's just the way we're wired, right? Right? I read an article one time. The reason why men are so fixated with breasts is because it reminds them of the comfort of motherhood, of their mother and all that stuff. I don't agree with that. It's just fun to play with. speaking of breast implants, my wife brought that up once, right? And I think it was a test. And guys, 99% of the time, if a woman's asking you, should she get breast implants? It's a test, okay? The correct answer is, I love you the way you are. And if you feel you need to get them for your self-esteem, you do it. But if you're just doing this to make me happy, don't bother, because I'm happy with you, okay? Although in your head you're like, do it, yes! But don't say that, okay? If you want to keep her, you got to keep her happy. Anyway, Jen, I hope that helped you. I really do. Let me know how that goes, okay? Email me again. Talk to him. Let me know how it went, all right? All right. Let's open up the next one here. All right. This one got my name right anyway. Dear Shane, my wife and I listened to your first podcast. I have to say that we didn't agree with what you said about the Philippines. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I think these guys know me. We never thought that you had such a low opinion of the Philippines when we've met you at several parties. Okay, so you're local. You're in my hometown. We thought you were funny at the party, and we thought you got along well with Filipinos and Filipinas. But now we're starting to wonder if maybe you are a little racist or just ignorant about the Philippines. You said all we have for famous people is Manny Pacquiao and Miss Universe. That is not true. We have dozens upon dozens of famous actors, models, singers, and some of them do all three. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So for you to say that we don't have a wide variety of talent in the Philippines, I didn't say that. Okay? What I said was I didn't understand why everyone's blowing up over this beauty pageant because it's just a plastic bimbo. And then I said even the guys in the Philippines were all excited. And then I said, well, globally, worldwide famous, right? All you have is, Manny Pacquiao, and Miss Universe, and okay, I'll give you the guy from Journey, and what's his name, Rob Schneider. Okay, Rob Schneider's half Filipino. That's globally, that's world famous wise. I know there's a lot of beautiful, talented people in the Philippines. I didn't say there wasn't, but when people think of the Philippines, they don't think global celebrity talent. I'm sorry, but they don't. You ask the average Filipino and you say, oh, what's the Philippines? What do you think of when you think of Philippines? They say hot weather, they say rice, they say sugar, they say migrant workers. Some of the lewd people think sex tourism, but they don't think, oh my God, there's so many wonderful actors that come to Hollywood. Because they don't. I'm sorry, but you don't. And you're not globally famous for that. Right? You are globally famous for having a lot of hot and sexy women, and unfortunately, you're also globally famous for those hot and sexy women being desperate for money. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay? I didn't make the stereotype. I just know about it. Okay? All right? So, yeah. All right, further on. We've also noticed that you stopped attending Filipino functions. Do you feel that you're better than the Filipinos? Are you no longer interested in making Filipino friends? Why are you acting like that or ignoring us? Well, I'm not. Really? You notice my presence not being there? And now he's jumping all over the place. Again, now he's saying you should really do your research before talking about something. I am not sure if your wife... Oh, sorry. I am not sure if my wife and I will listen to your next podcast. But we wish you the best of luck in your weight loss journey. Well, thank you, sir. God bless. And then there's no signature at the end. Okay. Well, let me tell you why I don't go to Filipino parties, okay? It isn't that I don't love the Filipino community. I do. I think I enjoy talking to Filipino people. I have Filipino friends. Hey, Ken! I have a stepson who's coming home soon. I have a beautiful wife. I have, a lot going on in the community in that aspect. But why don't I go to the parties? Well, because I'm ignored, to be honest. I'll go to a party. My wife will. This was a typical way my wife handled taking me to a party from the Filipino community. Okay, we would go into a place, a house, whatever, and she would find some guy sitting on the couch or sitting down, and she'd notice he's white. She'd walk up and go, Shane, this is, I'll make up a name. This is Albert. He's Canadian. So then she'd sit me down, and then bam, she's gone. She leaves me there. Once she'd show up and give me food, a drink, and then disappear again. But other than that, she's gone. So she's sitting me down next to this asshole Albert, okay? And she's like, he's a Canadian. You're a Canadian. Bye. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't need another friend. This is like a play date. This is like if I was in the mall acting up and you took me to like a mall daycare so you can go hang out. So if I'm being ignored, if everyone's speaking Filipino around me and I don't know what's going on, I'm obviously not included in the conversation. So why would I go? Like, why can't I stay home and enjoy myself while she's at the party enjoying herself? That way she doesn't have to check on me. She doesn't have to worry about me. She doesn't have to make sure I'm having fun. She's there enjoying her time, talking to her Filipino girlfriends. And I'm home playing video games and hanging out and enjoying some time alone. And it's the same at my house. I would invite people to come to my house, and I would take the time and hours of cooking these nice meals for them. And we all sit at the dinner table, and then they start speaking Filipino. All right, so why am I here? So then I take my stuff and I go upstairs. And if I'm not going to be included, why would I be there? And I know. Well, why don't you learn the language? You could just learn Filipino. Well, I tried. I asked my wife to teach me dozens of times. She doesn't. She's refusing to teach me. She doesn't come out and say, I'm not teaching you, but she doesn't do anything to teach me. Okay? And I have a theory, okay? And my theory is, that way, if we're out in public together, she can flirt with all the men she wants in front of me. She can walk up and say this in Filipino, you're so handsome, we should get together. And he's like, and saying the same thing in Filipino, are you crazy? Your husband's right there. Oh, he doesn't understand what we're saying. He's stupid. Look, you're stupid, right, honey? And I'm just waving. Yeah, I'm fucking stupid. My wife hates that joke, but sometimes I think it has merit. All right, another little thing I wanted to talk about. All right. This is on to my main theme, fat people. First thing is kind of reminds me of this music video. All right. I was watching new-ish, well, new to me, music videos. I'm trying to stay somewhat into the pop culture so I know what my kids are talking about. And there's this guy, his name's Macklemore, and he had this music video called Downtown. And first of all, it's a song about buying a moped and going downtown. I was like, what? So anyway, so he's doing his rapidy thing, and then I hear this guy singing, and he sounds like he literally could be the lead singer of Queen. Like he's good enough. I don't know if he's auto-tuning or whatever the thing they use nowadays, but this guy, it sounds like he belonged in an 80s rock opera. And he's on this like bird's head chariot thing, like gladiators used to drive in. And he has 4 motorcycles pulling it, and he has this big, the reins, and he's whipping it, and he's singing. And I was like, that is awesome. I would love to be, in a friend's car while they're driving down the highway and just looking out my window and seeing that. I would shit a brick. But anyway, this guy, I don't know who he is. This guy who was with Macklemore and looks like he belongs at a rock opera. He's just this tiny man, very thin and frail looking. But he's dancing, he's singing, he's amazing. I thought he was great. But anyway, that part of the video, okay, where Macklemore now is hugging this big girl, right? Beautiful girl, just heavier set, and what cracked me up is they're driving their moped, and this guy yells, "Slow down!" So the girl yells, "I'm only doing 38. So mow your damn lawn, calm down, and sit the hell down." And I'm like, it cracked me up. I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's close enough. But in the music video, they show this Macklemore fella, and he's hugging the larger girl. And he has his face of such pure contentment, like, this is where I need to be. And I'm like, go for it, man. You do it. I was like, whatever. You have fun with that. But there was a magazine a while back I found out about where they're saying this is the new beauty. And it showed this very, very, very plus-size woman blowing a kiss. Now, was she ugly girl? No. But that is not the new sense of beauty. What they're doing is they're promoting. They're saying it's okay to be big, okay? That big is sexy. Now some guys out there find big sexy. There's nothing wrong with that. But that isn't the new beauty, okay? I'm sorry, right? I'm a fat person too. I'm really fat. Like, I'm a big dude. But you wouldn't see me. Like, they wouldn't hire me to go on Men's Health magazine in my boxer short, my gut hanging down, saying this is the new sexy. The girls would be revolted. They'd be like, fuck that, and they'd be all mad and think that's disgusting. But men have to accept that that's the new sexy? Nah, that's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. That isn't the new sexy. That isn't the new way to live. You are basically promoting obesity and unhealthiness, right? And you shouldn't be doing that. Right? You shouldn't be doing that at all. You should be promoting healthiness. You should be promoting an ideal goal. I agree that the photoshopping they do for the slimmer women is wrong. They should have them as they are as well. But people are taking it too far, this whole acceptance thing. No, if you're fat, lose weight. I'm trying my best to lose weight. I'm not saying it's easy, but lose weight. Don't try to change the world. Change yourself, right? Especially when it comes to this. The standard of beauty is in the beholder. I agree with that. There are men out there that love big girls. There are girls out there that love big men, and that's fine, But don't try to make it a global thing. Don't try to say, "Oh, this is the new beauty." You're promoting someone who's essentially eating themselves to death. Okay. But Shane, genetics plays a factor. You're 100% right. Genetics does play a factor. Okay? I'll use an example. I had a student named Josh when I was teaching Kung Fu and Sambo. And he was always heavy. Always heavy. Big dude. He was over 300 pounds when we were training together. And I got him down to, I think, between 240 and 250. And he was still a little overweight. Like he looked overweight, but he was healthy. Like he was running multiple laps. He could do almost 100 push-ups. He was a machine, right? He was a fucking machine by the time I was done with him. The genetics part is that he could not get ripped or chiseled or cut. He was always going to be a little plus size, but he was as healthy as he could possibly get. All right, I think he's like 6'3" and he's 250 pounds, but his bone structures, he had really big bones, big frame. He's just big, okay? But he got himself in shape. He got himself out there, and yeah, he didn't have a six-pack. He didn't have defined muscles, but he was solid. And I was so proud of him when he got that going. He was so happy with himself. It's the same as the strange man that lives in my basement. He was down to 180 pounds, and he likes to lie to himself and say he used to have abs. He never had abs. Didn't happen. No one else saw him but him. He was the only guy that saw them, okay? Because he wanted to see them. But, At 108 pounds, he was still in incredible shape. In fact, he was the most in shape guy of the group. Right? I had a couple other guys that were chiseled, and they were just lucky. They won the genetic lottery. They didn't have to work as hard, and they looked all chiseled and ripped. But the strange man that lived in my basement could wear those guys down. So genetics does play a factor, but it doesn't mean it's an excuse to let your shit go. Okay. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about with fat people is I was listening to a podcast by Bill Burr. Now, it's an older one, and a fat guy emailed him and talked about how the person that hates fat people the most is other fat people. And I was like, thinking about it. The guy was talking, or Bill Burr was reading his email, and I was like, that dude's right. Because when I'm walking down the street and I see another fat guy, I'm like, look at that fat bastard. Holy hell, I'm big, but at least I'm not that big. And I'm an awful human being for that. Like, that's terrible. You know. And there was another girl there. What's her name? You know, she's a blonde girl, beat the shit out of that Matthew Centaro. Nicole Arbor, yeah. All right. Anyway. She had a video called Dear Fat People, and she got a lot of shit for it. Well, I watched that video, and she didn't say anything untrue. She shouldn't have gotten that kind of shit for it. Oh, she's fat shaming us. No, I didn't feel ashamed. I think you already feel ashamed of your size, and you're just blaming her. But yeah, I guess she beat the shit out of Matthew Centaro. Matthew Centaro, if you don't know who he is, he's a Canadian YouTuber who made himself famous for having all these different lists, about like 50 amazing facts, and and speaking about him, he got caught for plagiarizing a couple years ago, like word for word for a few things, and didn't put where he got his work from, and most people would be devastated, but he just went, "Yep, sorry, you caught me," and just moved on like a boss. Like, I respect that. He didn't try to weasel out of it. He didn't sit there and go, no, it wasn't this. No, he just, yep, I did it. And made the next video. And people are still watching him. The only thing I disagree with him was when he cried like a bitch about his breakup with Nicole Arbor, about how she abused him. Come on, man. It's normal to cry. If you're a man, it's normal to cry in private. But when you're in public, you push that shit down. You push it down, you swallow it, and you deal with it in your own way. You don't make a public spectacle of it and cry like a whiny little girl. Like, fuck, man. I was like, I stopped watching his videos after that. I couldn't help it. I couldn't look at him the same way. But anyway. Boys, I went all over the place, didn't I? Do I think that fat people are harder on other fat people? Yes, I really do. Do I think we should support each other? Of course I do. I know what you just heard all this, but this is my opinions based with humor and a little shock value. Because some of you who've watched my vlogs, you will have seen it by now that I'm talking about how we can... we should be supportive of each other and help each other lose weight. And you're probably thinking I'm talking to both sides of my mouth. Well, that's not true. You can have two opinions about one subject. You really can. You can have mixed emotions about something. Right? On one hand, I think, we should be supportive. And on the other hand, it's just freaking funny to still make fun of big people. I mean, it is. It's one of the few things that's funny that you can still laugh at. And me being a plus-size fellow myself, I am, I think, 330 pounds, give or take. I can laugh at that. Now if you're a plus-size person and you can't laugh at that, that's fine too. Turn off what you're watching. Like, don't listen to this podcast if you can't handle it. And understand that where I'm coming from is humor-based and not malicious. Okay? I think we lose sight of what is funny and what isn't funny. I mean, there are a lot of things now that people are always going on about. Political correctness is going way too far. It really is. Like it's fucking ridiculous. The amount of shit that people have to put up with. So that's the podcast for today. If you liked this, hit that like button and share it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I would really like to make this channel grow. If you have a question, a topic, anything. It could be personal. You can ask me any personal question you want. You can ask me any question about anything you like, and I would be happy to address it. If there's a subject you want me to talk about, like my opinion, again, don't hesitate to email me. My email is shanehalfyard@hotmail.com. You can also leave a comment down below. You can find me on Facebook. Check out my vlogs for my weight loss journey, if you haven't already. All the links will be in the description down below. I'm even going to put a link to the podcast I heard about Bill Burr, reading that letter from that fat guy, because he was really funny, that email. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I'm trying to find the button to turn off the microphone. Right? And